This is an excellent commentary by Andrea Wells TV, who left me a comment right here. And she says that she lives in Tampa, Florida. And then as a person who lives in Tampa, Florida, she notices that there's a difference between Colombians in the United States and Colombians in Colombia. And this brought an idea for a video series that I want to do in the future, which I will go into in a second, but let's just cover this in a moment. The diaspora of any type of culture, when they immigrate to other countries, they tend to change depending which generation further away from the original country. Me, as a person who was born in Colombia, I have a citizenship, I have birth certificate that says born in Colombia. I went to middle school there, I went to high school, I went to elementary school there. I did visit the United States, because obviously I speak English, right? You'll notice that depending on which degree of immigrant situation they're in, they tend to be a little bit different. And I did mention to her that I noticed that also in Chinese Colombians that live in Colombia, because Colombia has other immigrants. My cousins are fourth generation Chinese Colombian through my political uncle. My mother's sister's husband, he's from the city of Tumaco, which is on the Pacific coast, nearby the Ecuadorian border, and he is the third generation Chinese descent. Growing up in the town where I came from in high school, it reminded me when I was in high school, I met Chinese Colombians. Now, if you were to see my cousins, obviously they're so diluted, they look like Colombian, right? And they don't consider themselves Chinese, but I have met second generation, first generation. I have first generation Chinese Colombians from my town, from other cities like Cali, from other cities like Barranquilla. And going through the different parts of Colombia, I have a few really good friends who are Chinese Colombian from Barranquilla, first generation. And you know what? I noticed that nobody ever talks about them. One picture of Chinese Cartageneros from the northern coast. If you guys see up here, I did cover this before in one of my videos way back. Colombia has about 200,000 Asian Colombians. By Asians, I'm not talking about Chinese or Japanese only. I'm talking about Arabs and Middle Eastern people. And I thought to myself, the next time that I come across a Chinese Colombian, or maybe somebody who is Asian descent, maybe we should, do like a video series, talk about these other types of Colombians, because everybody thinks that we look like Karol G or like Maluma or something like that. Not all of us are like that. If you look up here, that's a very popular digital content creator from Barranquilla. One of our friends is Muslim. We do have mosques and stuff like that. Rabino Gamboa, he is a Colombian Sephardic Jew, and he was put at position in government when it comes to religious affairs by the president. So I think in the future, I may cover things like this, Colombians of other type of ethnicities, because we're not just like Spanish descent or mixed.